Welcome to the fall sports meeting of the 25-26 school year. We're going to have a great year. We're going to get started with introducing everybody. I'm Dawn Keenest. I'm the athletic director here at PV. This is my secretary, Stacy Wolford. She is the go-to for anything. Before we get really going, Isaac Gamboa is here. He is the district athletic director, and he would like to say a few words.
All right, welcome. Ready or not, here we go. School's here, sports are starting. Thank you for all being here. A couple things I want to touch on real quick. I'll be sending out an email to all parents touching on our core values and above the line, below the line behaviors is something we're focusing on right now going through athletics from now on. It's really holding each other accountable to make sure we're representing our town the way we're supposed to be. So if we're not aligned, if a coach is not being above the line, a player, a staff member, let us know. Okay? And if there's somebody acting crazy in the stands and somebody nudged you and said, hey, just remember this isn't above the line behavior, just know we're trying to hold accountability of each other because we want to represent our town well. Okay? Second thing is I want to talk about is the pressure we're putting on the kids at home. They get a lot of pressure from our coaches. They get a lot of pressure from the people in the stands. And it's a lot. So when they go home, sometimes they just need a vent. Let them vent. Support them. If there's something bigger going on, let's have a conversation with the coach, see if we can correct it. But they know where they stand on the team. They know who they have to beat out for that position, so let them work through it. My wife made me stick to these 3 questions when I talk to my kids, when we talked about athletics. Did you have fun? Did you give your best effort? And were you a good teammate? Outside those 3, if they fell on the field or the court, help them get through that. Don't get on them. Don't put them down. Keep pushing them. Keep motivating them. I'm excited for the school year. It's going to be a great year. Thank you all for being here. And we have a great team. And I'll turn it over to Stacy. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Stacy Wolford, and I'm the wonderful voice you hear when you call the athletic office. If you have any questions at all, you're more than welcome to call. Yeah. And if I don't know the answer to that question, I will sure find out and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So call with your questions.
Sorry, we kind of went out of order a little bit, but I would like to introduce you to our athletic trainers, Erin Stim, Mia Palomares, and Julie Reachmeyer. She is our middle school athletic trainer, but you'll see her at some of your kids' events here at the high school. Erin, do you want to talk about anything? Okay, so they're going to cover, okay, so if your kid gets injured, they're the one that's going to see them. If they deem it necessary for them to sit out, it all goes through them, okay? Your coach doesn't really have a say in whether or not they get released. It's these 3, okay? I'm going to listen to them because they're the experts, and so please be nice to them. They have a hard job, okay? It's not easy to tell a kid that they can't play, all right? The next thing we're going to talk about is online ticketing. Here is Stacy to talk a little bit more about the hometown ticketing and the booster club passes and the season passes.
All right, so we take cash at the gate, but we're really trying to move away from that. So tickets are online. You can go on the website, you can get tickets right away. They're very easy to get. Hometown's super easy to work with. So then we just have to show your QR code when you come to the gate. We're only going to have 2 gates open at the Hutch this year. So the gates that will be open are the lower north gate by the concession stand and the upper south gate by where the handicap park. So those are the only 2 gates that are going to be open. Aux Gym is no longer, and the bottom one is no longer. So, and then if you have any issues or questions about getting a pass, give me a call and I'll walk you through because there's multiple different ones.
The last things I need to talk to you guys about is our bag policy this year. We are slowly moving towards a clear bag policy. That is not in effect this year, but they are preferred this year. And all bags are subject to search, so just keep that in mind, okay? But we are slowly moving to that clear bag policy, so keep that in the back of your mind. All right, eligibility. So please keep in mind, you have to have a 2.0 grade point average or above. Semester grades count, okay? So for the fall, you have to have no Fs and above a 2.0 on the spring semester of last year, okay? You can gain eligibility at the 9 weeks, or what would be the 9 weeks. You cannot lose eligibility at the 9 weeks. If you are new to PV and you've played somewhere else, you went to high school somewhere else, you need to come see me immediately. We have some forms that we need to fill out and send to your former school. Okay? If you do not get those to me, you won't be able to play. So please come see me if you are new to PV and you've played or went to another high school. 8th grade participation. Ms. Wolfert will assist you with that. There's an 8th grade participation form. You have to live in the PV district to play at PV your 8th grade year. If you do not live in the PV district your 8th grade year, you cannot play for us until your freshman year. Okay? You have to live in the attendance zone of PV. The final thing that I want to talk to you about is the attendance policy, okay? If your child gets 12 or more unexcused absence in any one of his or her classes, he is ineligible to play for the remainder of the semester. 12 or more unexcused absences. It's a cut and dry rule, okay? A tardy equals 0.25 worth of an unexcused absence, okay? So he may only have 5 unexcused absences, but he's always late to first hour. We count those, okay? So please keep that in mind. And then now we get to watch the NMAA video.
The NMAA knows that community support is a major factor in bringing an impactful and meaningful experience to our student athletes each year. In recognition of that support, the NMAA would like to thank TLC for their valued sponsorship of this year's preseason video.
Hi, Dale Armstrong from TLC. We are proud supporters of NMAA. In the world of high school sports where competition is fierce, it's easy to get caught up pursuing victory. But even with the thrill of the game, there are a couple things that you must never forget: sportsmanship and mental health. Taking care of your mental health equips you to be resilient, focused, and able to bounce back from setbacks. So as you step into the competition, remember the importance of sportsmanship and mental health. Compete with respect and compassion.
Hi, I'm JP Murrieta with the New Mexico Activities Association. Welcome to the start of another high school season. Much like your coaches are going over the goals for the season, this video will talk about some of the expectations the NMAA has for this year, specifically in regards to sportsmanship and competing with class. The NMAA promotes a level of competition that involves respect, integrity, and responsibility for student athletes, fans, parents, and coaches. The primary purpose of high school athletics and activities is to prepare students for the next level. Not the next level of athletic competition, the next level of life. Through athletics and activities, students learn, grow, and develop just as they do in the classroom. Over 8 million students nationwide participate in high school athletics, but less than 2% earn an athletic scholarship.
The high school sports experience is really one of the most powerful tools for personal growth in a young person's life. It builds character, teaches resilience, discipline, how to handle both success and failure. Teamwork's a very important piece to it. Athletes learn how to lead, communicate, and be accountable. It also helps with the students' well-being, both physical and mental. Gives them a sense of purpose, belonging, and it instills those lifelong values like integrity, respect, and perseverance.
High school athletics is a godsend for most kids that play it. And one of the saddest moments every year in my life is when I see the seniors that aren't going to suit up anymore. Either because they're going on to do other things or they're not good enough to play at the next level. And it is such a influential part of their lives while they're in it. And when we're young, we don't realize it, right? It's kind of like, oh, this is going to be here forever. And then when it's gone, you realize how special it was. So, you know, my support of the NMAA, my support of high school sports, youth sports, will never end, because I think all of the attributes that student athletes learn from sports, work ethic, teamwork, communication, working within a schedule, right? All those things help you do well in life.
Education-based athletics and activities really are an extension of the classroom. They support academic success by teaching students responsibility, time management, goal setting, and then through teamwork and leadership roles, they learn how to communicate, solve problems, work with others, and those are all skills that will serve them far beyond high school. These programs are intentionally designed to align with educational values. The lessons students learn on the field, on the stage, in the gym, in student government, they often shape who they become as adults. And it's not just about competition, it's about preparing young people for life.
The New Mexico Activities Association sportsmanship bylaws include specific penalties for egregious acts of unsportsmanlike conduct, better known as the 2 strikes policy. As a reminder to everyone, the bylaw specifies the possibility of suspension of a team or fan or entire fan base from athletic activities for egregious unsportsmanlike conduct. The bylaw reads, anytime an egregious act of unsportsmanlike conduct by a team participant, including a coach, occurs 2 or more times during the same season at the same school in the same activity, the team will be suspended from participation in that activity for the remainder of the season. The bylaw also applies to parents and fans. Anytime an egregious act of unsportsmanlike conduct by a non-team participant occurs 2 or more times during the same season at the same school in the same activity, the non-team member, which means a parent or fan, along with all school spectators, will be suspended from attendance in that activity for the remainder of the season.
Some examples of egregious behavior would be fans getting into a fight in the stands, spectators running onto the basketball court to engage in an altercation, spectators chasing umpires to their cars in the parking lot, or chasing those basketball officials to the locker room after the game. Those are all things that go well above and beyond just cheering on your team, maybe making a comment after a call. Those are things that we definitely have to eliminate from high school athletics.
The entire sportsmanship bylaw can be found on our website, nmact.org. This video is a reminder that the 2 strikes policy is still in place for this school year. Sportsmanship takes priority over winning. We would like to see everyone, athletes, coaches, parents, and fans, compete with class.
Several years ago, our state recognized that sportsmanship was a problem. Our schools came to us and said, we need some help. We're seeing some things in high school athletics that shouldn't be there. Those fights in the stands, bench clearing brawls, parents chasing after officials after a game. We have to eliminate those things. So our office came in, implemented this 2-strike policy, not as something that we want to come down and punish our schools or our spectators or our teams, but just to help. We got to remember this is education-based athletics, and if we can eliminate that unsportsmanlike conduct, we're doing the right thing for kids.
If you're a parent watching this video, this portion of the presentation is for you. About 40 seconds of your time is all I require. When you are at a game, do you lose control? If you do, everyone sees it. The officials, the other fans, and most importantly, your child. Don't ruin their experience with inappropriate language or unsportsmanlike conduct. Don't let them see you at your worst. Let them see you at your best. Your child looks to you for inspiration, direction, and how to act. Show your child what is acceptable and what isn't. Your actions have an impact. Make it a positive one. Our student athletes deserve your support. So the next time you are at the game, remember this message. You are not the coach or referee. You are a supporting parent.
You know, those officials aren't trying to screw anything up. They're doing the very best they can, and that's a difficult job. And so, you know, we just talk to our people about, you know, giving people some grace, you know, like giving people, you know, we'd all be a lot better if we do that in real life too, you know.
We just got to worry about what we're doing as a program rather than worried about officials, worried about other opponents. We just take care of our own business, and hopefully we set a great example.
Nobody's perfect, right? And we the officials have a very, very tough job. They're calling things right in the moment when everybody else is in the stands and can replay it in their head as it goes when these officials have to move on. So we tell them, leave the officials alone. They're doing the best that they can do, and we have some great officials in New Mexico. So if we want to continue to grow this game, we have to do it the right way.
Don't throw your hands up when refs call, something. Take it, learn from it, move on.
At the end of the day, you let the players play, let the coaches coach, the officials officiate, and cheer on your son, your daughter, cheer on the team, and just be supportive that they're out there competing.
One of our sayings, and this goes back to, our executive director, Dr. Mabry, one of his favorite quotes is be good to people. And we try to, we want to really emphasize that with what we meet with, with what we do throughout the year. So we try to tell everybody, and we end a lot of our meetings with, remember, be good to people.
Not everything will go your way this season. How you respond to it will define you. Winning is rewarding. Winning is an important goal. But the number one reason kids take part in athletics and activities isn't to just win, it's to have fun. Keep that in mind during this season.
Remember that at the end of the day, we're all on the same team with a pretty simple but shared mission. Whether it's the NMAA, coaches, administrators, or officials, we are all here to provide opportunities for students to grow and develop through education-based athletics and activities. And when each group and our parents and spectators are working together, the result is a positive experience for our kids. Now let's go out and have a great season.
Now, before we do the QR code, I just wanted to clarify one thing for you guys. A parent verified absence is an excused absence. It is not an unexcused absence, okay? So if you are parent verifying your kiddo, then they're good to go, okay? So now is the QR code. Please make sure that you fill out the form. Be patient because all of you are all trying to get on it all at once. This will give me notification that you were here, and your child will get credit. If you do not fill this out, your kid will not play until I get notification that you filled it out, okay? So if you have more than one kiddo, put both of their names on the form. If your kiddo plays more than one sport, check them all, so you only have to be here tonight instead of in winter and spring, okay? You're one and done tonight, okay? So I'll give you an opportunity. If you can't get it to read on the projectors, we have them taped along that wall to the west. So have a great night. Thank you everybody for coming out tonight, and I will see you on the court or the field. Thank you.